What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about why you should be selling things on eBay, and I'm also going to show you exactly how I list an item on eBay. So if you think that selling something online is too complicated, then you guys can follow along and see exactly how simple it is. It's really not a big deal, especially once you start doing it. It's just about taking pictures, uploading pictures, writing a description, and it's very easy. So I'm going to show you that. First, what I want to say is if you're just selling car parts locally, through Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and you don't want to sell online because you don't want to deal with shipping or you don't want to deal with having to use a computer, it's really easy to list. And as long as you can take some good pictures and write a description, that's all you really have to do. The number one reason I think that people don't want to sell on eBay or online in general is that they don't want to deal with a computer and they do not want to have to ship their product. Using the eBay app on your phone or the eBay website on the computer is really simple. It's basically just one page that you have to fill out and then click list, and it's live right then, which I will show you exactly how I do it. The eBay app is also very good. They've come a long way since I first started using it. I don't list anything on my phone, but that's only because I want to use a DSLR camera to take pictures, and I just find it easier to type. But you can also do it on the phone, which is just as easy to list. So if you don't have a computer, but everybody has a smartphone nowadays, you'll still be able to list anything you want. The other big reason that people don't want to sell on eBay is the shipping. Shipping really isn't a big deal, especially if you're not shipping huge items that would have to go by freight every single time you list a part. Most car parts can be boxed up pretty simply in regular cardboard boxes. I know that you guys can see that there's cardboard boxes in the background over there. Those are all parts that I have listed on eBay right now that when they sell, I can just come right here in my office, grab the box, tape it up, and I'm done. I have a good friend of mine who would deal a lot with selling car parts, but he'd only use Craigslist, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't even use Facebook Marketplace right now. And when we met, I told him about how I sell on eBay. He had the same excuse as most other people. He didn't have a computer, he wasn't good with the computer, he didn't want to have to deal with shipping things. We actually teamed up for a while, and he would get cars, take them apart, and then he would give me the parts to sell on eBay. And we actually parted out a Hummer H3, and we made quite a bit of money compared to what he would have made if he just tried to sell things on Craigslist. He was really surprised about how much more money he could make just by selling things on eBay. Now, the biggest reason to sell things on eBay is because it's not a regional website. If you sell on Craigslist or even Facebook Marketplace, it's all by the zip code. If you don't live close to somebody selling the product, you never see it online. That's what eBay does, is that now it's a national, countrywide listing. I know right now Craigslist has pretty much been taken over by Facebook Marketplace, which I do enjoy also. I have sold a bunch of stuff on that. But if you're trying to think about how to branch out and you've always wondered about eBay, I would definitely give it a try. Like I said, you'll be able to see how I list something in this video, and hopefully you'll say to yourself, that's pretty simple, which it is. I think one of the biggest drawbacks of selling on either Craigslist or Facebook is dealing with the people. If you guys sell a bunch on there, you know how frustrating it can be waiting all day long for someone to show up at your door or to meet somebody somewhere. A lot of times they don't show up. I know I hate doing that. It takes a lot of time out of your day that you have to stop doing something so you can either be around for someone that might show up within a 3-hour period, or you have to go travel somewhere to meet somebody. That's a bonus for eBay, is that the parts can just sit at your house, and when you get the notification that it's sold, all you have to do is just box it up and then drive to a store and drop it off, and it's done. You don't have to wait around for anybody. You don't have to talk to anybody. To recap, if you list things on eBay, now you have a national audience looking at your parts and even a global audience looking at your part. You don't have to wait around for anybody or waste any time during your day. If I sell something during the day and it's obviously not going to get shipped out that same day. Then at night I will box it up. So it takes 10-15 minutes to box something up and put a label on it. So it's really not time consuming. Now I'm going to show you how I list something on eBay. What I'm listing is a 2010 Nissan Rogue Xenon headlight. It is a used part that I got from work. It has a tiny crack on one of the tabs. So I'm going to show you what I do. You go to my eBay, you go to create listing, and this is the page that comes up. You know, pretty simple. Tell us what you're selling. What you can do is put the title in right here. Do an eBay search for the part that I'm selling, and that way I can see what years and what other details I might need to know from it. So I've already gone and I've searched 2010 Nissan headlight. Now this is a xenon headlight, so you got to make sure that you're looking up xenon headlights because the prices are going to be different between xenon and halogen headlights. You want to make sure the condition is used because you're not selling a new part, and you do not want to tell anybody it's a new part because they will be upset when they get a used part in the mail. The other thing I usually do is I go over here to sort, and I sort by the price plus shipping highest first. So this way I can see what the highest prices people are listing them for, and then I can kind of get an idea of what I can list mine for. As you can see when you scroll down, 2008 to 2010 is the years that this fits. Look at what the titles are. You know, if a nice one catches your eye, then what I'll do is I will copy and paste that into my title. So this one right here, 2008 to 2010 Nissan Rogue left side headlight. Now we're gonna have to hit copy. We're gonna have to change that. So all I'll do is I'll go back to this, to the what you're selling, paste that in there, and click get started. This similar products in the catalog will show up if you scroll down to the bottom where it says don't see one like yours. Hit continue without selecting a product, and this will bring up the actual listing page for eBay. So right up here is the title. What I always do is I put the years first, then the manufacturer, then the model, and then after that I will put whatever I'm selling and however many different things I can write about it. So when people search for it, even if they're not searching exactly what I have, there might be a keyword that they hit on that my product will show up. So the first thing is 2008 to 2010. I will put in 2009 also, like that, because there's only 3 years. That doesn't take up that much space in the title, because the other thing is the one that I'm selling is a right, so we need to get rid of this, and we'll do right side. Now the other thing that I always do, I will make sure it says OEM in there, that way they know it's not aftermarket. The other thing is I'll do right passenger side. I will do right hand like that. So that way if they're just searching RT headlight or RH headlight instead of an actual right headlight, it'll still show up. So right now it's 2008, 2009, 2010 Nissan Rogue right passenger, right hand side headlight, Xenon HID OEM. This is a good title. Like I said, you want to make sure it says Xenon or HID so they know that it's not a halogen, which they should be able to look in the pictures and tell also, but some people do not know the difference. So that title is good, so we will scroll down. The category is usually always suggested, and it's usually always very good. So as you can see, it says eBay Motors, parts, accessories, car and truck parts, lighting and lamps, headlamps. So that's what you want highlighted. The condition is used. Unless you're selling brand new stuff, there's no point in hitting new or like new. Everything from a car is used. Now you can also write in right here, condition description. This is kind of an extra step that you can do to talk about the exact condition of it, but I usually do that in the regular description, so I just skip this. The next thing is add photos. I've already taken photos and resized them. Click on the photos, and then you'll choose whichever you want. Mine are right here, and I will select them all and then hit open, and they will take a minute to load. So when you have all the photos here, this is your main photo up here where you can see it says main photo. What this means is that this is the one that will show up when people are searching through the listing. So you want this one to be the most generic, good picture of what the part is. If you had something like this right there, they would have no idea that it's a Nissan Rogue headlight. So you want to make sure that the top one, main photo, is the best photo. You can drag these around to rearrange if you have to. I usually don't. I just like to have the main one be the best, and then you can scroll through the rest when they look through the pictures. So when you scroll down, it automatically put in Nissan. I have the manufacturer part number, which I will put in. This is not crucial, but if you have the part number, I always put it in here, and I'll put it in the description just so if anybody has any questions about if this part fits, they can look it up with the part number, or they could call a dealer or someone and ask if it is the right part. This stuff I don't really usually mess with too much. Xenon and HID is selected, not halogen. It's the right front headlight. Housing color, lens color, that doesn't really bother me at all. Ballast included, yes it is. Sometimes I don't bother doing that. Warranty, I never give a warranty. I'm not a corporation that has tons of money that can just warranty parts for years. So I never do a warranty. And everything else down here, I usually don't mess with too much. Sometimes, I might put another part number in, or an interchange part number. And so that brings us up to the description, which this is pretty self-explanatory. All you need to do is explain what you are selling. Basically, the first thing I write is the years, make, model, and what it is. And then I'll just continue writing a description about it, whether it is good, whether something is broken, if bulbs or ballast aren't included, if it's a headlight, or if there's anything wrong with it. You do kind of want to write a good description. I see so many descriptions when I'm looking at parts online that barely says anything about it. And if you barely write anything about it and you have bad photos, I'm going to skip right over it because I can't tell if it's actually good or not. And if you don't tell me that anything is bad, then I might get it and see something that's bad about it, and I will not be a happy buyer. So you just want to, briefly tell them what it is, how it looks, if there's anything wrong with it, if there's anything broken on it. You don't have to write 6 paragraphs. I usually just write one good paragraph. So that is basically a description that I use. I have the part number listed. I say that there is one tab that has a crack on it, so they know that it is there. I have 2 good pictures of it also, that if they look at the description, then they can go look at the pictures and see that it is broken. At the very end, I always say to look over the pictures carefully. If I have a part number, I always write double check the part number to make sure this is the part you are looking for. I always put that in. That way, if they're not sure, they can just double check the part number. Or, a lot of times you can tell if things are the same as what you have if you look at the pictures really carefully. The last thing I always put is the part is used, so please be aware there may be scuffs or marks on the part. I always write that because some people do expect that they're buying something that is brand new, even though it is listed as used. This way, it kind of protects me as a seller that when they get it and there might be a small scratch or might be something very superficial on it, they do not complain or want to return it, because I said right there that it's used and there may be a scuff or mark. There's a lot of things that you cannot take pictures of or that won't show up in pictures. So if I write that down, they should expect that this is not a brand new part. So that's good right there. So this brings down to the price that we are going to list it for. Now, before I put anything down, what I do is I search the part that I'm looking up, I put in used, and I put in price plus shipping highest first. So this is what people are selling right now, that when I list mine, it'll be in here somewhere. So I want to see what people are selling it for. Now, this is important, but it's not as important as what things sold for. So I have another tab. I always have 3 tabs. I have the tab of your listing, the tab open of the prices that people are selling them for right now, and then I have the prices that they have sold for. So this is the most important thing that I look for, because it doesn't matter if, like this guy has one for $600 plus $500 shipping. This has $210 plus $500 shipping. It doesn't matter if they're selling them for $1,000. This shows right here that the highest that they've sold in the last 3 months is $200. So it makes no sense to try to list your part for way more than anybody's going to ever spend. So basically, I'll look through this real quick and I'll see that, this part in particular obviously is not, a very high-end headlight that is going to give me a lot of money. It gives me an idea of what these parts will actually sell for. Like I said, it's good to know what you're up against in listings, but it's more important to know what they actually sell for, because you do not want to price yours out that no one is ever going to buy it. What I see here is, 200, 160, 130. It's not that expensive, and mine has a crack in it. So what you can do is you can click on them and you can see the description, what they say about it. If theirs is broken or if theirs is perfect, obviously broken parts don't always sell for the most. I'm going to basically list mine at $115 plus shipping. I think that seems about right. So we'll put in $115 right there. I do not want to do a best offer. Return option. I have a 14-day return policy. I always do the buyer pays shipping. That way, if they're just buying parts to try to fix their car and they do not know if it's actually going to fix it, or if they buy the wrong part, they can send it back, no problem. I'll just resell it, but I want them to have to pay to ship it back. And then shipping details. The box is an okay size box. Usually headlights I'll do around 20, 25 bucks. So I'm going to do $20 on this one. I always do FedEx ground or FedEx home delivery. And as you can see here, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, that is an extra $150 to ship down there. That's the way I like to do it, because it costs a lot of money to ship to Puerto Rico. You can see that I have international shipping, sell to the global shipping program. I have that checked because if somebody from somewhere else in the world wants to buy it, I will gladly sell it to them. eBay will actually do the shipping. I do not put in any of this, the package weight and dimensions. I will put that in once I actually sell the part. Down here, promoted, that costs money to do. I've never had to promote anything to sell it. Keep on scrolling down. You'll see there's no fees because we did not add any extra stuff in. And basically, you can just hit list item and it is done. And basically, that is all that it takes to do it. That's one listing that is all set. And then you can just go back, you can hit I'm done now and go back to your eBay. All right, guys, so that is basically listing one item. You start with the title, you scroll down, you put in your pictures, then you write a small description. If you have a part number, put that down. Then it is just about finding the price, keep scrolling, and then once you're down the bottom, list now. It's live on eBay. I hope I made that video clear enough for you guys and that I get this video put together so it's easy enough to follow along. Like I said before, if there's something specific that you want me to talk about or something about the listing that you have questions about, please leave a comment. I will read it. I will get back to you. If it's something good and I can make a video about it that's easy to show you guys, I will make a video. If you like what you see and you want to keep following along, please subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.